Hey fam, so you're sick and tired of wasting your life away at a job that probably wishes they could replace you with a robot? Well, get ready to level up your life because we're gonna talk about how you can quit your job and flourish in a career that you're actually passionate about. And you're not alone. About 24 million people have quit their jobs since June of this year, resulting in a term economists are calling the Great Resignation. And take it from me, I worked as a corporate lawyer for 5 years before I quit my job to follow my passion and start this channel. But I'll tell you more about that in a minute. I'm John, this is A Pouch of Rupees, and welcome back to the channel where we discuss my best tips and tools to help empower you to live your best life and have fun doing it. Over the next few minutes, you're gonna learn the 5 steps for you to flourish in your new career. Plus, I'm gonna share with you my dream job checklist, which will cover everything that we talk about today. This is the last video in a 3-part series all about finding your passion, turning it into a career, and flourishing during the early stages of your new career. If you haven't figured out what your passion is or what your dream job is, then I highly recommend you watch those videos first by clicking here. And hey, nice job. By watching this video, you're improving your life by working on 4 important categories: your career, your productivity, your mental health, and your physical health. So stick around to the end to officially level up with me. Step 1, believe in yourself, because if you don't, you'll only see obstacles in front of you instead of opportunities. And if that's the case, I can almost guarantee that you're gonna fail. And this applies to everything you do in life. You need to become your closest friend, your best mentor, and your biggest fan. But even I'm still working on this because it's easy to let that self-doubt and criticism creep back in. So the next time you're doubting yourself and thinking that you're not good enough, do this instead. Tip 1, practice self-awareness. And catch yourself in the moments when you are overly self-critical. Set 2 or 3 reminders randomly throughout this upcoming week. And when those go off, take a few minutes to reflect on how you've been talking to yourself that day. You have to be aware of your habits before you can change them, which leads to tip number 2, replace your self-doubts with empowering statements. For example, instead of just saying, I don't have the time to get it all done. Try this instead. Take a deep breath and say, I always make time for what matters. What's the next step that I need to take for my new career? Talk to yourself like you would your best friend, with compassion and support. Tip 3, act like the main character, because you literally are the main character of your own life. So try coming up with a self-empowering catchphrase like,
believe it, believe it, believe it, believe it, believe it.
And by the way, after only 3.6 million episodes, he finally became Hokage, everyone. Congratulations, Naruto. But if you still don't believe in yourself, then don't. Instead, believe in me. Believe in the John that believes in you. Kick logic out and do the impossible. I know you can. So start acting like the main character, because you are. Step 2, stick to the plan. So you should have already watched the second video in this series and made a massive action plan detailing every single step that you need to take to make your dream job a reality. Well, that plan will continue to be your blueprint for success during the early stages of your new career. But if you're having trouble sticking to the plan, do this. Tip 1, make sure your plan includes every step needed. You might be having trouble making progress because you don't really know what you need to do next. So take another look at your plan and add everything that you need to research, learn, practice, or do. Like, what if you were making a complicated Lego set and the instructions only included half of the steps? Good luck completing that one. But you need to list every step and break down complicated steps until they are incredibly simple. For example, instead of having a step that's just called open an Etsy shop, break that into at least 3 steps. First, watch a video on how to create an Etsy account. Second, create your account. And then third, set up your account settings and preferences based on what you learned in the video. Tip number 2, focus on what matters by using the 80-20 rule. This rule states that 20% of your efforts will account for 80% of your results. Said differently, there are only a few things on your massive action plan that if you do them properly and consistently, will get you the success that you desire. This means you need to identify what the 20% is for you and make those actions your absolute priority. For example, if you're starting a new business, you should spend more time thinking about your target audience and the products and services that they need, instead of worrying about the minor details of your logo, let's say. So open up your plan and highlight the steps that fall into your 20% category. Tip 3, set deadlines. If I told you I would give you $1 million if you beat a game called Hades, you'd probably be super excited and you'd start playing the game and see how far you can get. But if I told you I'd give you $1 million only if you beat the game within 1 week, I assure you that the way that you think and plan about getting that task done will be totally different and much more efficient. So set deadlines for your high priority tasks, and better yet, tell 2 people in your life about those dates and ask them to hold you accountable. Together, these tips will help you make meaningful progress on your plan. Step 3, take care of your finances. In your massive action plan, you should have already answered the question of how you're gonna support yourself financially. If not, you need to do that right now. You should know your monthly expenses, your monthly income, if you have any, where your money will come from for your new job, and if you're digging into your savings, how long that'll last you. To do all of this efficiently, here's what I recommend. Tip number 1, track your expenses. I use Personal Capital, which is a wealth management tool where you input all your bank accounts, credit cards, and investments, and it starts tracking everything for you. Once a week, I review my expenses to make sure they're categorized correctly, and then once a month, I use their budgeting tool to see what my monthly expenses are looking like across categories so I can see where I would want to save money. For example, my grocery bills were getting high, so I decided to get a Costco membership and reduced my grocery bills by about 50%. Tip number 2, know where your money comes from. If you're playing a Zelda game, you better know that you gotta smash pots and cut grass to get rupees. Wow. After saying that out loud, I realized that's a really weird part of the game. Like, who's hiding their money in the grass, right? Well, whether you want to be a musician, a writer, or a travel blogger, I want you to be able to explain exactly where you expect to get your money from. Is it from a salary, freelance payments, ads, sponsors, or maybe sales from products? And then you should also know when you could expect to get that money. Pick a date beyond which, if you aren't making money from your new job, you promise to reevaluate and pivot to make things work. And then a second later date beyond which, if you still aren't earning anything, you need to look for a job with consistent pay. Step 4, fill up your health bar. So you've got your plan, but if you work on it every hour of every day, you're gonna burn out faster than the Millennium Falcon can do the Kessel Run. Wow, who writes these jokes? Oh yeah, it's me. So to prevent burnout and take care of your physical and mental health, here's what you should do. Tip number 1, listen to your body. If you don't have enough energy during the day, then get more sleep and eat healthier foods. If you're stressed out, then exercise or meditate. Or if you're hitting a creative roadblock, step away and come back to it later. You have spidey senses for your mind and your body, so start listening to them. Tip number 2, have fun and don't do it alone. This is your dream career that you're working on, so remember to smile and enjoy the process. Make a list of 5 fun things that you can do whenever you need to feel happier or more excited. For example, one of those things could be, hitting the subscribe button and notification bell right now so you don't miss my other fun videos. Or you could talk to the other amazing people in my Discord server who are also interested in living their best lives and achieving their dreams. Plus, the first 1,000 people who join using the link in the description below will be given the special role of champion, which will give you exclusive access to perks like a private channel to chat with other champions and myself. But anyways, let's jump into the final point. Step 5, experiment, fail, and pivot. As you get through your massive action plan, don't be afraid to change things up when needed. To do that effectively, you should do this. Tip number 1, identify your chokeholds. Ask yourself this: what are the important steps that I'm not making progress on? And what can I do to change that? I like to brainstorm this on a whiteboard, but however you do it, make sure you do this throughout the year to stay on top of it. Tip number 2, fall in love with failing. I used to think that every video I made had to be 100% perfect until I realized that this would actually be a huge disservice to you. Because if I kept my bar that high, my videos would take months to make, and my content would probably never reach you. Think of obstacles as growth opportunities and failures as a fast pass to learning an important lesson. When something goes wrong for the main character, they learn from that and move on. So now you know the 5 steps to flourish in your dream career, which are 1, believe in yourself, 2, stick to the plan, 3, take care of your finances, 4, fill up your health bar, and 5, experiment, fail, and pivot. And every step, question, and tip that I just went over is in my dream job checklist. You can download that by going into the description and clicking the link, going to File, make a copy, and saving it to your own Google Drive. From there, you can fill it out and edit it freely. I also made it so that when you complete a section, it crosses it off. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments below. And well done. By watching until the end, you've directly improved your life across 4 categories. Your career, because these tips will help you create your dream job. Your productivity, because now you know how to stick to your plan and focus on your priorities. And your mental health as well as physical health, because you're gonna start listening to your body and mind more carefully. And congrats on leveling up, my friend. Remember, whether you know it or not, you are unique, you are loved, and you are enough. I'm John, you've just leveled up, and I'll see you in the next one.